everybody, welcome welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine, this is Leah Sees Movies, and we are back with the extremely unpredicted Rocket Arc, the real one that they're doing. Who would have thunk it? She is on New Genesis trying to formulate a peace treaty with the new gods, kind of in support of Superman and Black Lightning's plan to create a reserve Justice League filled with some morally questionable characters in the case of a world-altering, threatening event such as the child. And it's a good idea. I'm not really confident on this venture because Rocket is not confident in herself. Orion is someone I'm probably going to be like, oh shit, obviously, the minute they say who his dad is, but I'm still not sure, so just like, I'm doing my best. The Phantom Realm. The Phantom Zone. I literally still almost said the Quantum Realm. The Phantom Zone is a thing. The Phantom Zone, the Phantom Stranger, Phantom Girl, Phantom, Danny Phantom. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I did not put all those phantoms together until someone said it in the comments last week, and I was like, duh. like you think at one point I would have realized I said phantom more in the last few weeks than I've said it in my entire life, and it would have like pieced it together. I did not. Also Zod is here, and you guys said like the real Zod, like actual. I mean, I don't want to say the real Zod because I feel like we live in a world where there are multiple dimensions and timelines and yada 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 yada, but the Zod of lore, not like a Zod second cousin, right? So I am interested to see where that goes. And now that we have a confirmed Kryptonian here, obviously at some point is he going to figure out that Superboy's Kryptonian? Is Superboy going to figure it out about Zod? Does he, I mean, he's besties with Clark, so I'm wondering if he would have heard the name before. Is this a universe where Clark and Zod never fought? Is it going to be like a they figure each other out but don't want to admit to it kind of thing, and they're trying to suss out what the other one is thinking? Or is it just going to be like they become besties and then he leaves and then Clark is like, oh no, Zod! But if that were the case, I feel like Superboy would know the people on Superman's villain roster. So I have to imagine this is a universe where they have never interacted, which kind of goes to the whole multiple timelines thing. So I'm not really sure where that arc is going to go, but now I am very excited for it. I am interested to see what's happening with Baby Zod. That's his dad. Did he trap his dad there? Is he trying to get his dad? Is that why he's working with Darkseid? Because he does have, I'm not going to lie, a little bit of a nefarious face, right? He does not have good guy, want to save my daddy eyebrows. But that doesn't mean he's not a good boy who wants to save his daddy. So we'll see. And I'm sure Rocket will do something. I don't think she's going to be the main character, but she is here and she looks good. So you know what? A win is a win. And on that note, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get started. A win is a win.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement.
3.5 months to collect and assemble materials, and it takes him less than 10 minutes to install them? Is it ready?
Is it ready? It's almost ready.
I still really like the chameleon dude's voice. It's just so fun.
Rethink.
But the timeline.
Oh, please. I'm not even from this timeline. I'm a wild card, yo. A free radical. That's why you came to me.
Exactly.
So, spill, or we're done.
Is he the only one who knows like how to build a time travel machine, or?
We remain.
You see what I mean about the eyebrows? Look at that.
I told you what you need to do. What? Not why. Darkseid ordered you to obey me.
I will say that voice is mad deep for someone who looks very young.
So slow, or we're done.
So 3.5 months to get all the materials, but he was installing them in Baby, so are they going to use Baby to time travel? How is she going to get back?
Breathtaking.
Yeah, I guess the scenery will be nice to look at while we totally waste our time at this summit.
They do not. Surely between the new gods, the Justice League, and the Green Lantern Corps.
Tomare, there's an old proverb on Olivac's Vic. You want nothing done? Form a committee.
I like that we have the same planets, the same problems across planets.
Of the Blue Lantern
Everybody
Corps.
hates a Zoom
As
call.
life support aura rapidly fades, I suggest.
Way ahead of you.
It seems
Will this ghost? This ain't no Blue Lantern. This is Razor.
Kilowatt.
Seems weird to see someone potentially dying and be like, huh, looks like he's dying. I recommend that we help him not die. Like, duh.
Leave it to a hothead like you to planet hop without a fully charged power ring.
It is fully charged. But a blue ring requires hope to function.
Ah.
And I am all out of hope.
Laid low by depression. You and Gar could form a group. I will say this, New Genesis is gorgeous. They went crazy with the... Actually, same thing for Atlantis. They just did such a good job with those, like, wide frame city shots.
Dreading negotiations with the dog of war over there.
Then you must not understand him.
No? He's Darkseid's son, right?
Orion is the son of High Mother and High Father. You need to take a closer look, my friend.
That makes sense. Again, I felt like once they said it, I was like, oh, yeah. Also, people were saying, like, oh, it makes sense that Rocket is the diplomat because Icon was. But we haven't seen her get trained in diplomacy, and her reaction was not very diplomatic. Especially considering what she overheard last episode.
A blue lantern ring powered by hope found me in deepest space.
What's the Green Lantern ring powered by? Imagination?
I could not in good conscience release my red ring to plague some other wrath-filled wretch. A chance meeting with the new god Metron provided a solution.
Wanted to study it?
Ring in his interdimensional vault while I continued my quest. There were many promising clues, but each led to another dead end. Already lost all hope. Only my rage remains to power my quest. So I've come to New Genesis to get my red ring back.
I mean, I'm not an expert on the motion powering rings, but I feel like you have to have some degree of hope,
Forager
right?
surprised Forager gave up Forager's seat at the conference. Forager would not have made such a choice.
Forager trusts Rocket and Flash to handle the summit. And Forager would prefer to spend Forager's time getting to know Forager.
Eee, Forager on Forager action. I told y'all, he saw a hot, sexy ladybug and his whole worldview changed.
The Phantom Zone.
Krypton's extra-dimensional prison.
Unfortunately, Krypton was destroyed when its sun exploded.
That'll happen.
The last Phantom Zone projector was discovered on New Genesis. The United Planets paroled every single inmate, as each one had been trapped in the zone for over 1,000 years.
Yikes.
My parents were unjustly imprisoned in the Phantom Zone. Not even my mother knew that she was already pregnant.
So he was...
Bureaucrats of the United Planets had settled all of us on the Kryptonian colony world Daxon, a planet orbiting a red sun, thus preventing us from gaining the powers that were our birthright.
Do you think that she had morning sickness for like a millennium? Because isn't the first trimester the worst?
Now that we had our rightful powers, my father made a valiant attempt to lead a rebellion against the United Planets for the good of the galaxy.
Oh, of course. Always for the good of the galaxy.
The newly formed Legion of Superheroes defeated Zod with the very Phantom Zone projector that had released him from prison.
The damn Legion put my parents and their army of patriots back into the zone.
Get in the zone. Oh no, so.
I was raised to despise the family L. Chief Scientist Jor-El had exposed my father's attempt to save Krypton from its own weakness.
This is very Omni-Man of them.
Lord Zod was relentless in his attempts to acquire the projector.
Finally, the Legion had no choice but to destroy it.
The you think inspired its very existence. Superboy, Con-El, a member of that accursed L family.
I mean, wouldn't all of the many superhero groups have contributed to the creation of a superhero group like 1,000 years from now?
Chameleon Boy, Phantom Girl, and I were pursuing Lore when he escaped to the past. We tried to contact Legion HQ, but there was no Legion HQ.
A quick data search of the new timeline revealed that Lore had killed Superboy in the past. And without Connor Kent's inspiration, the Legion had never formed.
I reject that premise. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense. There's like 7,014 superhero groups. Connor's great, but they were like, OG Superman not inspirational enough. We needed Connor.
Acquire its return.
Nothing could be simpler.
The red ring will be yours.
I mean, he's been giving Hot Topic, so.
In exchange for your blue ring.
What if I get Lissette?
So Darkseid's agents infiltrating and exploiting the Earth is undeniable. What do High Father's new gods intend to do about it?
Nothing.
Excuse me?
We will not, cannot help battle apocalyptic forces.
But that's why we need you. That's why we're here.
I mean, the way you phrased that was more like they're responsible for it, not like asking for help.
What is needed is a neutral mediator. The Green Lantern Corps is uniquely qualified for such a role.
If even they have the stomach to defy apocalypse.
The big bad, Granny Goodness, got away.
How much like honey and tea do you think they had to gargle after recording these lines?
Bleeding metahumans. The League is trying to stop the hemorrhaging, but we need the Corps and the New Gods to do more to shut down off-world trafficking.
Your petition.
I will say, I like her energy.
That's it?
She. Okay, no. Keep that energy. You.
Finding your lost strays is not our sole priority.
Don't let them give you the little people talk. You're grown. Talk with authority.
When Superboy famously revealed his existence to the world and managed to prevent Lore's assassination of Connell.
And with history now revised again, we had no idea when, where, or how Lore would strike.
I get it. Don't mess up the timeline, sure, but...
The Legion's foolish determination to minimize interference with the time stream compelled them to maintain their distance from my prey. Your heart was in the right place setting that gene bomb, Malafak. All that was missing was a lead box of kryptonite, and Connell was as good as dead.
Okay, but we know he's not, so how did he get into the zone? Auto zone.
Then it happened.
So he was actually floating around in that lava. I mean, he looked surprisingly comfortable considering.
I don't have time for this.
You don't have time for our son.
I knew he was gonna get you with that one.
Of course I do. Tell me.
It's basically
Okay, I don't have time for good news.
With a one-on-one aid, you know, a shadow, to work with him in the classroom.
And Amistad gets stigmatized?
Baby.
Appearances don't matter. We need to help our son.
I'll consider.
A one-on-one aid is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's about making him more comfortable. Raquel, your priorities are in question here. But also, I'm not even kidding. Don't call me for good news. Like, that can wait.
This ring first chose me. I was a different man. Now,
You came to me, Razor.
If the ring chooses the person, can you just turn it on and be like, I'm mad now? Like, why doesn't it?
Apologies in advance for my screams of agony.
Noted.
He's like, I do not care. In fact, I may enjoy it. A little bit.
When we met, I saw an opportunity to study not one ring, but two.
And like the process by which this happens.
You agreed to keep the red ring so it would not afflict anyone else.
I mean, that's what I told you, sure.
To reaching that conclusion, yes. Since providing you, surreptitiously, with clues, false clues that could only lead to dead ends and the death of hope.
You wasted years of my life on fool's errands.
This episode is sponsored by Absolute Hater Energy.
Why tell me this now?
To anger you, obviously.
I mean, yeah. He's like, I have to see it in action. Get pissed.
I must see it in action.
Word for word, baby.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
We get it. Haha. We all know that line. He clearly likes it a lot. See, now he really does look like a Danny Phantom villain.
I am quite pleased with these readings.
So I'm guessing the rage ring doesn't make you, like, smarter.
You don't fail. You deal.
Sure.
Thanks, but I gotta go.
Is he still trying to make it work and she's just, like, not getting it? This man said, wee. I love that it's like, I'm here for the Peace Summit talks, and then like every episode is just gonna be like some absolute nonsense happening on New Genesis. Oh! I swear if they just kill... We can't... We're fridging bugs now too?
I've been a fool. Return the blue ring, new god.
9.
Show me your full potential.
What is this?
Oh, yay! He got his hope back! I just met him, but that's cute. That's nice. Hey! Now that is full potential. Hope and rage.
I will have those rings.
I mean, you did have them. I'm still a little stuck on it, because, like, if the rings kind of choose their person.
Not sure.
All I know is Razor was gonna talk to some poozer named Metron. Metron.
Say no more.
Oh, that guy. Crap.
Forager is injured.
This is gonna be the nice ring. The ring that does good stuff. And then, like, the red side's gonna be for punching. Yay!
Would not have required help if not for me. Please accept my apologies and my thanks for reminding me how to hope again.
Foragers are not sure how foragers reminded Red and Blue Lantern, but foragers are happy.
Look at him talking for both of them. Real couple shit. I'm also not sure how, like, I messed up makes me hopeful, but...
Looks like you're still the Blue Ring's top choice.
I believe so. It seems I am equal parts hope and rage. Anger is a part of who I am, but it is no longer all that I am.
Rage, hope, Nords. You got a ton of willpower.
Throw a green ring on him.
Green ring. Before you know it, you'll have rainbow power.
That's Violet's thing, actually.
What's next, kid?
The continuation of my quest.
Don't know what that is, but... Aw. He's just so Hot Topic coded, like... like 13-year-old me? I would have been obsessed. And there's a missing woman. Oh my god.
When I knew the last Phantom Zone projector was on New Genesis.
Not only had we failed to save Superboy, but we lost Tina as well. To make matters worse, Lorzod found and destroyed our time sphere, stranding us.
Is Tina a Phantom Girl? I might have recognized her. I probably wouldn't have.
For months I searched New Genesis for the projector, eventually learning it was stored in Metron's interdimensional vault. But even with this time sphere, I'd never succeed in retrieving it without aid.
We told him as little as possible, but at least there was a chance he might take Superboy's place and become the Legion's...
I'm very stuck on these timeline rules. Like, if they're kind of outside their own timeline at this point, how much damage can they do? I mean, he's here. Well, Baby Flash is here.
The calling card appealed to Darkseid himself. We made a tentative deal, but he did provide resources. The two of you and this device, the Kaiser Thrall. Together, we will find the coordinates to Metron's vault, steal the projector, and release my parents and the rest from the Phantom Zone.
As promised, one bioship, now with its very own...
Cosmic treadmill.
Cosmic treadmill!
No, but seriously, no one's checking up on Baby?
Today is Flash's birthday, so ring the birthday bell. Time to
Why is this 102?
upon the birthday shell.
They have a centenarian on this mission. Also, I forgot to hit the stop playing next episode, so I might have missed that, but it looked like that was mostly going to be the Foragers' duet of the Happy Birthday song, which is cute, but I don't think 1000% plot relevant. If I'm wrong, you guys will yell at me and then I'll go back and watch it, but I feel like it was probably fine. Okay, so that was a very expositionally heavy episode. Big reveal. Short, Orion is Darkseid's son, which makes sense. Very curious about the mom. Is it like a Zeus situation? Was he born out of his head like Athena? Or did someone have a really wild Friday night? Because that, I can't even imagine. I don't want to, okay? And I don't want to think about it because I know someone on the internet has created some terrible nude photoshops of Darkseid the same way they did with Thanos. And there are some things I will truly never unsee. So moving on from Orion's conception, because I hated that, let's go to Baby Zod's conception. That happened. So he was stuck as a teeny baby for 1,000 years. He was born, they were freed. His dad immediately went back to doing Zod type things and just being like, we should be in charge of the galaxy. I also think it's interesting that he was saying how, like, oh, they shipped us to a planet with a yellow sun to keep us from the power we were owed. But I mean, I'm not an expert on Krypton so I don't know what their deal was, but if they had a red sun, right? So they were just walking around as like regular people, essentially. And then it's kind of a coincidence, right? Like, I'm in Krypton, I'm cool, it's great. They go to Earth or somewhere with a yellow sun and they're like, whoa, magical stuff happens to us under a yellow sun. So, but being under a red sun is their natural state of being. Like, you're not owed omnipotence, you're not owed power and laser eyes and flight. Like, so that part I don't really get, because what we saw, if you're comparing it, which I was in my head, to Invincible and Omni-Man, it seems like they are truly invincible. Like, they're super powerful no matter where they go, right? The super speed, the super strength, we saw it on Viltrum, we see it everywhere else. It seems like Kryptonians discovered that under certain conditions they're more powerful, and then some of them were like, thus we deserve that, when that's quite literally not the state of your like, you weren't born into that, you don't deserve something because but I mean, that's I guess also how you think when you're a megalomaniac. So I'm really kind of beating a dead horse here. Like, I'm not going to convince them not to be megalomaniacal. You know what? I'm just going to stop with multisyllabic words because I keep wanting to show off and I just discover that I can't pronounce things. You could tell, like I said, you could tell he's a bad guy because of the eyebrows and the Killmonger hair. They were like, anyone who has like a dread bang, destined for evil. Static is good because he ties his back. If you make it a bang, if you do a bang, devilish activity. We didn't see any of Connor and Daddy Zod, which I'm sad about because I really was so interested in like how that was going to play out. But now that it seems pretty clear that Krypton, or at least this version of Clark, has not met Zod, therefore Superboy would know nothing about Zod. But if Zod hears the Kal-El name, he's gonna know Superboy is an op. I mean, to him. Clark is not going to have this knowledge. So I do think we're gonna get to see a little bit of that. Like, he's gonna obviously at some point be like, hey, I'm from Krypton. Clark is gonna be all excited, like, OMG, you're Kryptonian, so is my daddy brother. I'm like a half, it's a whole thing. And he's gonna be like, his Kryptonian name is, and then so I think Zod is smart enough that he's not gonna immediately be like, let's fight. I think he is gonna like bide his time, collect information, figure out what's going on, and then stab him in the back when he least expects it. So that's my prediction on where that's going to go. I wasn't right because I kind of listed several options, but it was indeed Baby Zod is trying to save his dad and parents, although we have not seen Mommy Zod, which I think is mean. We got a little bit more of the summit. I'm like, it didn't go very far, obviously. It was, they were a little condescending towards poor Rocket. They were just like, well, we've called this meeting to say we don't care. We know what's going on. Good luck. We're busy. So obviously, hopefully that goes somewhere. No one really wants to get into an open war with Darkseid, at least not at this point. Which, I get it. So calling for open war against Darkseid is just like ruining your own day. Like, if you can ignore him, do it. But at the same time, like, what's the point? Like, why call the meeting? Like, there's literally no point of calling a summit just to say no. Like, that could have been an email, right? Like, that could have been a DM. No. So hopefully they promise something productive. At the very least, you would think the topic of like, hey, Earth is literally bleeding metahumans. We are having people changed into superpowered women, kidnapped, and sent to their deaths against your people, or against people you may or may not be in partnership with, at least for the Green Lanterns, because maybe not New Genesis, but at least for the Green Lanterns, your goal, your mission is to protect the galaxy. Earth metas being kidnapped, being used as weapons against other planets is in fact a galactic issue. So them saying like, we're busy, you're shit at your job and you're crappy cops, alright? What else? I do have a lot of questions about the Hot Topic manager, who was like a large part of this episode. He said he's going off on a mission to save someone, and I'm trying to remember if that's the same name of like Phantom Girl, if like that's who he's been trying to save this whole time, or if that was the name of the future people's friend that died. But I don't think that was her name, so I don't think that's the future people's friend. It could be Phantom Girl's real name, in which case I think he's looking in the wrong spot. But I mean, that's the only reasonable thing I could think of, like why they would have introduced this dude, right? He has like the power of 2 rings. He's on a mission. He's been, he's years on this quest to save someone. Although the question is, if everyone was stuck in the Phantom Zone like 1,000 years from now, is he also a time traveler? If so, how? Because I don't think the rings give time travel ability. Like is he a Time Lord? Because this episode just felt very, very Doctor Who-y to me. Specifically, and I'm gonna now spend an obnoxious amount of time trying to find this, the thing where the Time Lords have the little Dalek prison, but the whole, like, it's bigger on the inside, so it like looks like a little prison for one Dalek, but then it opens and like a million come out. Like, I think it's gonna be exactly that. So I think that's it. I think we've met the Hot Topic manager because he's on a quest to find Phantom Girl, so he's gonna be the one that somehow intermingles with Baby Zod's plan to get the projector, or like, and they're gonna meet and he's gonna try to get his girl, Connor, and Father Zod, because Daddy Zod has a different implication. But yeah, I think at some point Baby Zod and Hot Topic manager storylines will begin to intermingle, because otherwise I do not know why he was introduced. Although I did enjoy him, he was a little fun one-off. Like I said, if I was 13, like, whoo! There's just something so Howl's Moving Castle about him, you know? Like, he's depressed, he's dramatic, he has like flowing hair. Alright, so I'm gonna keep this kind of short and sweet because that's just how this episode weirdly felt. Like, at the same time, it was so much backstory and exposition and this and that, new characters and like big reveals, but it felt so contained at the same time. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, comment, etc. All those good things that make me very, very happy. If you don't want to do any of that, but you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you. I so really, really appreciate you. If you want to tell a friend to watch it as well, that'd be great. If you'd like to tell a friend to subscribe, that'd be even better, because I am trying to hit 1,000, because I'm so close. So close. So yeah, like I said, extra appreciation for like the next few weeks or months, however long it takes to finally get there. But yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Peace!